Good morning and welcome to On the Spot News right here on Zimbabwe Daily. My name is Yvonne Muchaka. Let us take a look at the news making the headlines. Masvingo rejects fire tenders. Speaker of Parliament Jacob Mudenda dragged into Wajgajena saga. Council to ease towing fines. Finance PEMSEC dodges Parliament again. And in sport news, Mangwiro fumes over referee decision. And now for the news in detail. The city of Masvingo has rejected tenders purchased by the government from Belarus for local authorities, saying that firefighting equipment was not a priority at the moment. The decision to turn down the directive by the central government was made during the Council's Finance and General Purposes Committee meeting. The committee has raised concerns that the fire tenders were not a priority to the city of Masvingo. The city of Masvingo is in need of refuse trucks, tipper trucks, graders, and ambulances. The committee counter-proposed the government should consider procuring 2 refuse trucks, a tipper truck, a grader, and an ambulance for the city of Masvingo using the devolution funds in place of the fire tenders. Justice Mayor Wajgajena scandal and troubles have sucked in Speaker of Parliament Jacob Mudenda and Clerk of Parliament Chokuda, who have been accused of bending parliamentary rules to fit Justice Wajgajena's agenda. A member of Parliament and Portfolio Committee on Agriculture member revealed that Wajgajena was funding parliamentary committee trips from his pocket in an unprocedural manner, and it was authorized by the clerk and the speaker. The committee member, who spoke on condition of anonymity, said they had raised the issue with vocal Northern Member of Parliament Themba Mliswa and they failed to find a solution to the problem. It has been revealed that Jacob Mudenda was constantly receiving envelopes and favors from the Gokwe Nebudzia MP, and these had not been declared to Parliament or accounted for. Harare City Council is going to review some of its traffic fines following an outcry by residents that some of the penalties were unacceptable and too high. Speaking during a feedback meeting in Glenora, Harare Mayor Councillor Jacob Mafume said Council will try and ease the towing fares but not review the $50 fine charged for various traffic violations. Mayor Mafume bemoaned the manner in which most drivers were disregarding traffic rules and regulations. He said when people travel to other countries, they follow rules and that drivers are responsible. He also said residents travel to and from South Africa and they don't have any fine, but he also said residents who travel to and from South Africa drive well, but here in Harare, residents always beg for forgiveness from the police. I beg your pardon. National Constitutional Assembly NCA leader Lafo Maduku says the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission does not have powers to hike nomination fees for election candidates, adding that the decision to hike the nomination fees to be charged in United States dollars was ridiculous, unacceptable, and unconstitutional, and that ZEC doesn't understand its role. Addressing a press conference in Harare on Monday, the NCA president said his party wants to contest in the 2023 election, but his party doesn't have money that ZEC requires for candidates, saying ZEC fees means that the democratic processes are going to be restricted to those with resources. He said it will be easy for dominant parties such as ZANU-PF to pay the fees, while smaller parties will struggle. Women's institutions also blasted ZEC for the fees hike, with the Women's Academy for Leadership and Political Excellence WALPE saying though ZEC released the information early to provide time for preparation for aspiring candidates and political parties, the amounts are beyond reach for many aspiring female candidates. Institute for Young Women and Development team leader Gladys Changachira also said women and the youth cannot afford to be candidates and have representation with such high nomination fees. ZANU-PF Second Secretary Kembo Mohade, who is on a countrywide tour to meet chiefs, headmen, and village heads, has pleaded with them to support the ruling party. Mohade visited Gokwe South, where he addressed chiefs, headmen, and village heads, telling them that the country only has one party called ZANU-PF. Several Gokwe ZANU-PF legislators attended the event, which was snubbed by Gokwe Kauna's legislator and former State Security Minister Owen Mudancube. Public Service Minister Paul Mavima arrived late when the Master of Ceremony Tawanda Karikoga, who is the ZANU-PF district chairperson, had already acknowledged his absence. While claiming that some chiefs, headmen, and village heads were afraid to express their allegiance to ZANU-PF, Mohade told the traditional leaders that some unnamed people would be coming to the villages to work with them, registering all villagers in ZANU-PF books. Finance and Economic Development Ministry Secretary George Guvamatanga yesterday failed to appear before Parliament's Public Account Committee (PAC) to explain government's $9.6 billion over expenditure incurred between 2015 and 2018. PAC requested Guvamatanga to explain the over expenditure by government after the Finance Ministry Acting Accountant General Edwin Jandasara failed to answer questions raised in Parliament on August 14. Yesterday, Guvamatanga failed again to appear before the committee, saying he needed more time to prepare responses. He said he had been disturbed by the Zimbabwe Economic Development Conference, an event hosted by his ministry. The MPs in PEC requested that Guvamatanga be issued with summons to appear before them or face a charge of contempt of Parliament. A shadowy group backing President Emmerson Mnangagwa's bid to maintain a stranglehold on power has invaded schools to solicit the support of teachers ahead of next year's crunch elections. Operating under the moniker Teachers for ED, the group has already been given the green light by the Education Ministry to conduct its campaigns. In separate interviews, leaders of teacher unions, however, say they are not in support of the Teachers for ED campaigns because schools are learning institutions that must not be mired in politics. The teacher union's resistance to the creation of the group comes against the background of the government's unbridled support for the project. In a letter dated 22 June 2022, Tamisana Tobela, the Primary and Secondary School Ministry's Permanent Secretary, gave it thumbs up to the shadowy group to launch structures in provinces and in schools. And now we cross over to entertainment news. Afrofusion singer Andy Murizo says he will release his 7th album Zunza on Friday. The album launch will be held at Bar Rouge, situated at Longshan Plaza in Harare. Babake Ketso, as the singer is also known, said the 12-track album features a song called Chiwerure, a collaboration with Zim dancehall singer Shinto Man. The other songs on the album, which Murizo has been sampling during live gigs, include Zunza, Suzana, Hosana, Mutengambiri, Chatamba Chana, and Wawa. Murizo said he is happy to be physically launching the album on August 26. He also said there is this vibe and emotion which comes with playing in front of a packed auditorium. And now we cross over to sport news. Harare City coach Taurai Mangwiro has questioned the appointment of referee Tabani Bamala for his side's Chibuku Super Cup first round tie against Chicken Inn at Luveva Stadium on Saturday after the match official had presided over a controversial league match a week earlier. The Sunshine Boys lost 2-0 to the Gamecocks in the first round of the Cup tie, and Mangwiro felt events culminating to the first goal scored by Munashe Pini did not warrant a call for a foul. A week earlier, Bamala was in the eye of a storm when relegation fighting Bulawayo City were denied 2 goal-scoring opportunities at the National Sports Stadium against Caps United in a game the local authority side eventually lost 1-0. After losing to Chicken Inn on Saturday, Mangwiro said he wondered how a referee mired in recent controversy was given another game. He said that coaches face the brunt of being sacked at their respective clubs for contentious decisions made by match officials. And sport news in detail brings us to the end of our bulletin. We will take the headlines once again. Mashingo rejects fire tenders. Speaker of Parliament Jacob Mudenda dragged into Wajgajena's saga. Council to ease towing fines. Finance PEMSEC dodges Parliament again. And Manguiro fumes over referee decision. Now, for more and latest stories, please visit our website at www.zimdaily.com or like our Facebook page at ZimDaily. You can also follow us on Twitter at ZimDaily or subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of day.